Hello and welcome to Nyam Nyam. Let's make ice cream mango cake. Start by slicing a mango thinly, then add 500 millilitres of heavy cream to a mixing bowl and whisk until thickened. Then add in 250 grams of mango puree and mix together. Your heavy cream filling is ready. Now, on a lined baking tray, add some crackers to cover the base. On top of that, you put your heavy cream and spread it evenly. And now add on a layer of sliced mango. And layer it up like a lasagna, so more crackers. More heavy cream. More mango, crackers, heavy cream, mango. And we're done. Freeze for 2 hours. Slice it into portions. And we're ready to serve. Ooh, delicious! Ice cream mango cake. Yum! Look at this amazing chocolate filling cake. Ooh, so delicious. Start with a cake tin and spray on some cooking spray. Add some chocolate cake dough in one side and butter cake dough in the other side. Give it a tap and bake at 150 degrees for 30 minutes. Lovely! Using a bowl, cut out a hole in the middle. Scoop it out using a melon baller. Make it into a kind of a bowl. And then pour in dark and white chocolate ganache side by side. Ooh, best friends! Let's pop on some Kit Kat pieces. Lovely. And drizzle on some chocolate sauce. White chocolate frosting goes around the edge for a finishing touch. And then dark chocolate frosting on the other side. Perfect. And there you have it. Chocolate filling cake. Slice it up. And just watch it ooze out. So easy to make. And if you can't decide which flavour you want, this is perfect. Half chocolate, half vanilla. Who could ask for anything more? Go on, give it a go. Let's make a classic strawberry shortcake. Start by placing a glass bowl over some hot water. Pour in 4 eggs and 120 grams of sugar. Then whisk them together until they're light and frothy. Brilliant! Now remove from the heat and sift in 120 grams of cake flour. Fold that in. And then add 30 grams of melted butter. Once that's all mixed together, you can pour it into a baking tin. Give it a few taps to remove any air bubbles and bake for 30 minutes at 170 degrees. Meanwhile, get 200 grams of whipped cream and split it between 2 bowls. To 100 grams of whipped cream, let's add 10 grams of dry strawberry powder. Mix that in and put it aside. Now get your sponge cake, cut into a rectangular shape. Paint on some sugar syrup. Add some whipped cream. Spread it out evenly. Add some sliced strawberries on top and more whipped cream. Then add your second layer of sponge cake and continue. Now the final layer of sponge cake goes on top. Paint on the sugar syrup. And finally, whipped cream, covering the entire cake. Tidy up the edges, then refrigerate for 30 minutes. Once it's slightly set, you can slice off the sides. And cut into quarters. Place some strawberries on top and pipe on the strawberry whipped cream. Looks absolutely delicious. And there you have it, a real classic strawberry shortcake. Enjoy! We've got chocolate fudge cake for you. Start by melting 70 grams of chocolate and pouring in 70 millilitres of melted butter. Mix those together and add in 10 grams of cocoa powder. Now add 50 millilitres of milk, 20 grams of sugar and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Pour in 2 egg yolks, and finally sift in 50 grams of cake flour. Adding the flour through a sieve ensures to remove any big lumps. Carefully mix that together. Put that aside and in a separate bowl, whisk together 2 egg whites. Once they're white and frothy, you're going to add in 40 grams of sugar. Then keep whisking until stiff peaks have formed. Now spoon that into your chocolate cake mixture, a little at a time. There. Time to pop it in a cake tin, readily lined, smooth it out, and bake in the oven at 150 degrees for 40 minutes. Meanwhile, melt 120 grams of dark chocolate, pour in 80 millilitres of heavy cream and mix together. Once that's combined, your chocolate ganache mixture is ready to pour over your cooled down cake. Be sure to pour it over a tray or a plate to catch the drippings. Gooey gorgeousness. Look at that. Now time to decorate with some sliced strawberries, and blueberries, and a few sprigs of mint. There you have it, a beautiful, gooey chocolate fudge cake. Delicious! Let's make this green tea matcha cake. Superfood, super delicious. Start by whisking together 3 eggs and 90 grams of sugar. Then add in 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 30 grams of melted butter, and 45 millilitres of milk. Whisk that all up. Next, sift in 95 grams of cake flour and 10 grams of matcha powder. Mix that in with a spatula, and your green tea cake mixture is ready to pour into a lined cake tin. Bake that at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Once ready and cooled, slice the top off, and then create 4 thin slices. Pop that aside and let's do our second cake mixture. For this we want 250 grams of cake mix, 3 eggs, 50 millilitres of milk and 30 millilitres of oil. Whisk those together and add 20 grams of honey. Now pour this into a lined cake tin. And bake at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. Once your honey cake has cooled, you can slice the top off just as before and create thin layers. There, Let's make the icing. For this we need 400 grams of cream cheese and 90 grams of sugar. Whisk those up. And then sift in 10 grams of matcha powder. Whisk it all together. And finally add in 500 millilitres of whipping cream. Give it a good mix. And your cream cheese green matcha frosting is ready. Next, mix together 5 grams of matcha powder with 50 millilitres of hot milk. In a separate bowl, add 200 grams of white chocolate and pour on 150 millilitres of hot heavy cream. Mix until all the chocolate has melted. Then pour in the matcha milk. Blend those two together. Then add 20 grams of melted butter. And finally, 4 grams of gelatin. Mix that in. Now let's compile our cake. First, add a slice of green tea cake onto your plate and spread on green tea cream cheese frosting. Then add a layer of honey cake and repeat, alternating between the two cakes. Once you're done, smooth out the edges and coat the entire cake in green tea cream cheese frosting, using a turntable for ease. Smoothing it out. Then simply pour on your green tea ganache. Spreading it carefully to the edges and letting it drip down the sides. Look at that gooey deliciousness. Add a sprig of tarragon for a finishing touch, and there you have it, green tea matcha cake. Now simply slice and serve. Enjoy! We've got watermelon cake for you today. Stunning! Add 90 grams of butter into a mixing bowl with 220 grams of sugar and half a teaspoon of salt. Whisk them together. Then add in 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 220 grams of cake flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 150 millilitres of buttermilk, and finally 1 teaspoon of red food colouring. Once that's all blended together, we can add in 120 grams of chocolate chips. That'll be the watermelon seeds. Now transfer your mixture into a lined cake tin and bake at 170 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. Once it's ready, slice off the top to create a flat work surface and coat in pink buttercream icing. Then some bright green buttercream icing around the edge. Smoothing it all out, creating a swirl pattern on the top. Sprinkling on some chocolate chips. And sticking on some green jellies. And there you have it. Amazing, mouth-watering watermelon cake. Perfect for a summer afternoon.